Hello, my name is Samira, and in this presentation, Benny, John, and Jace and I will cover the main aspects of Owenism, one of the many important reform movements of the 19th century. To start, John covers the leaders of Owenism and the locations of the movement. Then I discuss the main tenets and important principles. After, Benny explains the group's success and their opponents. And finally, Jace ends the presentation with facts on the movement.
Who were the group leaders of the Owenites? Robert Owens was the creator of the Owenites. He was born on May 14, 1771, and died November 17, 1858. He was a Welsh mill owner and philanthropist. His central idea was that human character was not innate or automatic, but instead something that is built and shaped around one's surroundings and circumstances as well. He would go on to travel into America and invest most of his money on an experimental socialist group, which would end up leading to the creation of the Owenites. He tested his ideas a lot, which earned himself international reputation, and a lot of other socialists watched his method, from which he would gain praise from like-minded people. One of his most important acts was his support of youth labor and early child care, and his ideas and principles are not much different from current socialist movements. Where was the group located? The Owenites had many locations in America and many of the upper states. 4 in Indiana, 3 of them in New Harmony. Their names were New Harmony, McLauria, and Faba Pavelli, and in Monroe County, Indiana, was Blue Spring. Massillon, Ohio's community was named Kendall, and Neshoba, Tennessee's community was named Neshoba. Warrenboro, Illinois' community was named Warrenboro, and Yellow Springs, Ohio community was named Yellow Springs.
It can be seen that Robert Owen's movement of Owenism began in 1820 and advocated for ideals of perfect equality and perfect freedom, as well as being opposed to evangelical religions. Overall, the movement focused on utopian socialism, which meant equality for all races, creeds, and genders, and to generate a society with no private property, no poverty, and no ignorance. For instance, the liberalization of divorce laws. Also, as mentioned earlier, Owenism was based on humanism and opposed evangelical religion. This meant that the group focused on the importance and welfare of humanity rather than the importance of a god or deity. In short, the main tenets of Owenism was to create an American society of equality and prosperity.
Some of the main successes of Owenism were Owenism's social reforms helped to create a more civilized and cooperative community. Owenism's labor reforms helped to create safer working environments of factories and shorter working hours and better treatment of workers. Owenism's education reforms helped to create the public education system that helped provide people with the education they needed. And Owenism helped to create the fundamental building blocks for socialism. The main groups that opposed Owenism were landowners, traditional capitalists, and conservative politicians. Landowners disliked Owenism because of the idea that Owenism created of communal ownership of land, and because of that, it would take away the private property that landowners had, and that's why they hated Owenism. Traditional capitalists were opposed to that idea of Owenism because it would radically change the economics of America through their economic reforms, which would change how capitalism worked. And conservative politicians hated Owenism because of the fact that it would change a lot of the social norms of the time through their social reforms.
Interesting facts. The founder of Owenism was originally born in Wales and moved to America before he established the Owenite community. Owenites believed in equality, including equal rights for women. Owenism wasn't created until Robert Owen was in his 60s, and he did not become a spiritualist until he was 82. A follower of Owenism publicly named his son after an Italian revolutionary in 1849. And Owenite principles got George Jacob Halliog arrested for blasphemy in 1842.